All right. So Adam, this is Adamant.
Yeah.
It's for the World's End blog, and just wondering if what your experience of the World's End shop is. I know that you've been associated with my mum.
Yeah.
For 30-40 years now. So how did you first come and see the shop? How did you first find out about my mother?
I saw it. It was Teddy Boy's shop. It was Too Young to Live, Too Fast to Die. I think it was before sex. So it would have been about 70, 75 or something, and it was kind of a lot of vintage stuff. Malcolm and Vivienne and your mum were doing like vintage stuff, like rock and roll stuff, you know, leopard skin stuff and pinstripes, twinkle picker shoes and stuff. And I went in there, and then after that, I'd go in. When it was sex, it was quite a scary shop then, because you didn't just walk in. It was like,
yeah, right. I had the same thing actually. I was on a school bus, and everyone on the school bus said, "Oh, the sex shop," and I was like, right.
Yeah.
Didn't mention anything to my.
But that was the sex shop. I think that was, you know, brilliant. I mean, the stuff in there was. Like, you didn't just walk in; it was quite intimidating to get in. And that's when I met Jordan. She was working in there, and I just fell in love with the place. And I bought the very first thing I bought was a Brian Epstein Cambridge Raping shirt, t-shirt, and I was in a band called Bazooka Joe, and I got kicked out because of that, which was quite good actually. And that's how it led to me seeing Chris's first gig at St Martin's, because our drummer Mark Tanner was at St Martin's doing sculpture, and that's how we got the gig. So anyway, and then so sets, that was, yeah, I think I got a couple of things in sets. I bought the black paint jodhpur boots with the white, the black suede jodhpur boots with the white paint and stripe. Saved up for them.
Oh right, yeah.
And the various bondage stuff, because you had to really save up for that. And a pair of leathers cost 40 quid, I think, and that saved up for 6 months of that. My gig money. But that was good though, because you know, it was the place, and your mum would go in there every day, and Malcolm would go in occasionally.
So you'd see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you got to meet them that way.
Yeah, I got to meet Vivienne. I met your mum, like, she was going. I saw there used to be a market on the corner.
A market on the corner. Yeah.
It was like the Beaufort.
Yeah, where the Bluebell is.
One day, and I had a cup of tea, and I didn't even know she had the shop. And then I walked in the shop later on, and there she was, and she was kind of hands-on. She'd go in there every day, and every Saturday regularly, the Teds would walk up from Sloane Square, and every Saturday smash the windows in or go in and nick all the stuff.
They used Chelsea football supporters used to do that later on as well. So
she just used to have an attitude. Well, all right, come to the territory, and then just put the windows in. So that was the attitude, really. There's always a sense of danger about the designs, and when you walk down the street, you were sort of saying so, like every T-shirt was very provocative. I was lucky, but I never got touched. Everyone, I mean, they can say what they want, but they never actually touched me. And I thought it made you. We used to have sort of clothes for heroes, and it was when it became traditionaries on the door was clothes for heroes, and it made you feel like a hero because you would actually risk in your life sometimes wearing this stuff. And then traditionaries was. Because I used to live in Earl's Court, so I could just walk down here. I used to just walk down every day and say hello. And Jordan managed my band from then on.
Who?
Jordan, who worked in the shop.
Jordan managed your band?
Jordan managed Adam and the Ants.
Right, okay. Did she? Right, okay, I didn't know that.
And the gig was around the corner at on the corner of the Beaufort, on the corner there.
Is that the Man in the Moon or whatever?
Man in the Moon it was.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Right. And there was about 4 people. I think Susie Sue was there.
Because you said that Jordan was quite scary when you first went in the shop, but then you got to know her a bit. I mean, I remember her. She was always just really sexy, wearing fetish stuff all the time, and really, yeah.
Well, she used to drive up from. She got on the train every day from Seaford in the suspenders and the stuff and the hair, and she was totally fearless. And she was just like everybody that kind of wore those clothes were like. You thought he was part of some kind of movement, some kind of rebellion, some kind of statement that was going to, no, not just wind people up, but it was kind of, they were definitely the best clothes around. I mean, there were other shops like Boy would just come in and nick all the designs and just put them out, and they were just shit. But I think there was that element of, I think Malcolm said, you need three things: sex, subversion, and style. And I think
yeah.
I've always tried to apply that to my music, and I've always tried to apply that to anything. I think that all the work that was going on there. I mean, I went in there once when I was an art student. Like this must have been when I was doing sex, and I was making to pay for my grant, to supplement my grant. I was at college learning how to work with resin. I was making resin jewellery, making the moulds. I made the sculpture, and I used to do like Marlon Brando's, the wild ones, little tiny ones like that, and James Dean's with the arm over the rifle out of the giant.
Right. Oh yeah.
And
what were they? Sorry.
They were made of resin.
Badges.
Badges, like little brooches.
Yeah, got you.
I went into bus stop up in Notting Hill Gate, and there was a lady there called Lee Bender she was big in the 60s, and I went in there one day with the samples because I was just this student, a graphic student. I was all, do you want to buy it? And she says, yeah, I'll have 5 dozen of them, 3 dozen of them, and I go, yeah. She said, can you handle that? I go, yeah, of course I can.
Yeah, because they sound quite good anyway.
It was like day and night, and we got about £1 each for each brooch. And that was a lot of money, so that kind of paid for all my bass guitar, my amplifiers, and my clothes. So that was how you sort of bought, it was good then.
So anyway, the road's it's 40 years on, and the road has changed quite a bit. What do you think of? I mean, so clothes for heroes.
Clothes for heroes, yeah.
There aren't so many heroes this day, or they're not so well dressed.
Not really. I mean, I think the other thing was people missed completely that they used to put on the Sex Pistols handbills. Jamie Reid did. It would always have like request sartorial correctness at the gigs, and little subtle things. It was very much a kind of. It was like foot in the gut, head in the stars kind of thing, It really made you feel, as I say, very heroic. You felt kind of proud of what you were wearing. And then when World's End came along, because Seditionaries was kind of like Berlin, the ruins upside down, and it was very kind of, a chrome, the clothes were in the middle, and they were hanging either side. So it was a very unusual shot. And then World's End came along, which is really, like a kind of deck of a ship, and that whole kind of piracy thing came along. And then the World's End collection, which again was great, and that's when I was working with Malcolm. So, I had a kind of inside view of that. But those boots, and the whole look of that collection, I think it's very underrated. I think it's, I think
you wore it.
I wore it a lot. I used to buy it all, because when I had the money, and then when I started earning money as a singer, I then bought Nostalgia Mud, which it moved by then. There was Nostalgia Mud, and got all that. Got the Nostalgia Mud stuff. So after that, it became like art pieces, because the T-shirts now. I mean, I had all the early Sex T-shirts. I had Sid's Anarchy shirt because I got that, and they become works of art. They actually become works of art, and I've sort of kept them, and
You've got a big,
I wear them
big collection.
Yeah.